Hey, what's going on, fight fans? Hey, this is Coach C the Wild Man coming at you again. CFC, BMF, April 25th, right? Finally, Josh gets him a dance partner. I know you saw my last, podcast where I was like, look, apparently don't nobody want this smoke, but somebody seems to step up and think they may want it. So Josh now gets to talk his noise to Coach D the Wild Man and tell him who he is, how he got in this game, and what makes him a bad mother effer. This is the hype I like. I get to talk about shit the way I talk about shit. I don't have to worry about no PC nonsense because it's a bad mother effer belt. So let's get into it. Josh, what's going on, brother?
Oh man, I'm actually just getting in from work, man. About to spend some family time. That's it, man. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, hey, not a problem. Okay, you heard Fight Fan, he's a family guy. So, but we about to turn this up. So the family gonna have to stay in the background for a little bit. So, Josh, you finally got an opponent. Looks like he's showing up and do a little action. But before we go into all that, you had a chance to just fight at a main event in your backyard, but you want to put a stamp on it by getting a BMF belt, which is a bad motherfucker belt. So let's go ahead and get to it. What makes you a bad mother effer to want this belt?
Man, most people know this about me, but I'll just say it, man. I try to be humble, but man, I fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, man. I've went up 2 weight classes. I fought bare knuckle boxing, bare knuckle MMA. Short notice for the UFC on 3 days notice. Contender Series 9 days notice. I don't turn down fights. Any promoters that know me, they know I don't turn down fights. As man, Jason's been real cool. Since it was my hometown, he wanted to, basically make sure I had a couple options with opponents, basically to make sure we had a good dance partner. And yeah, man, I told him about after the first week. I said, man, Jason, BMF belt. I shouldn't have to pick it. You like Tommy? Let's do it, man. He looks like a striker, a banger. As long as I don't got somebody trying to just hold me the whole time, man, because that's not a worthy BMF fight to me. You need to have somebody that's willing to take the fight anywhere it needs to go, not need to have you on the ground because they're scared to fight. So I like that about Tommy. So yeah, man, just excited. I think that's why I'm worthy of the BMF belt, man. Especially I like that Jason's kind of do it from state to state. You get to kind of get the chance to represent your state and show that you're the baddest dude in the state.
Okay. So when Jason reached out for the first time, right? How did that conversation go down? Did he just say, "Hey, this is what I got going on. I got a belt that I want to roll out state to state. Are you that guy?" Or how did that conversation happen?
Yeah, he basically he hit me up and was like, "Man, think about coming to Jackson. I'd love to have you as main event." And I told him, "Man, it's been 3 years since anybody came to Jackson, so man, that would be a blessing because we need more events coming to Jackson gambling on us, man, because we do really good when we fight 3 hours away. So I know the last couple times we've done it in Jackson, man, we've packed out the venue, and I think Jason's doing it the right way. We're gonna have some really good fighters on the card, and we're gonna be able to pack it out to show them that, man, you can come back here anytime you want, man, and we're gonna your promotion is gonna do good, and the city's gonna thrive off of it.
Okay, all right. Hey, Josh talking that noise, repping his city. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's
Mississippi,
go ahead
baby.
into your opponents. Like I said, it took a minute. I consider this short notice because, like I said, we ain't but 5 weeks, not even quite 6 weeks out. So that's where everybody starts really sharpening up their game, and they kind of know who their opponents is. They've really done their homework. But that may not be in the case with you. Have you had time to figure out who your opponent is and why he should be fighting you?
Yeah, Jason actually probably about 2 weeks ago reached out, and I knew uh we were gonna get an opponent,
Yeah.
and man, I've been really working a certain part of my game that I've been needing to get better at. So we just been sharpening the tools before then anyway,
Mhm.
and I just fought like literally a month ago from this weekend. So
Okay.
didn't take any damage. Was able to get right back into camp. So um, man, yeah, I knew we would find somebody. So we just been sharpening the tools, man. And really, we want to be able to display the striking, man. I think all my fans are gonna love that. So we're just been keeping everything nice and crisp, and we're turning up the gas though. Now we got an opponent. We're watching film, figuring out where we want to take this fight and how we want to approach this fight.
Okay. So let's get to all the new fans again, catch up on who you are. How'd you get into mixed martial arts? What got you into the game?
Well, man, probably my brother and my dad. My dad, even as a real young boy, he used to always have the old school UFC fights on back before there was really even rules and weight classes. My dad, he was in Taekwondo. We always had some Spider-Man gloves, some Hulk gloves, some kind of anime, whatever, some kind of gloves with some stuffing in there. And me and my brother, we always knocked the stuffing out. More like, really, he would knock the stuffing out on me. My brother, I always looked up to him. He's 3 years older than me, and man, he was one of them guys before I understood that street fighting's for hoodlums. Man, he was known. Don't mess with him on the street, man. He could always hold his own. He knocked two dudes out one time, getting jumped on. Just always looked up to my big brother. And my dad, it's funny, is he would try to show me how to do kicks and stuff. And you don't want to learn from your pops. Yeah, I was hard headed, and I could have been learning even at a younger age, but I didn't really listen to him like I should have. So yeah, man. I walked in the door actually visiting. My mom moved us out to Florida, man. I moved back to Mississippi. I didn't move back to Mississippi. I'm sorry. I visited Mississippi for like 3 or 4 days visiting some family. Walked in the door to a gym called Knockout, and man, I fell in love. I moved my baby girl. She was only uh two, not even two at the time, and my fiance, I moved them to Mississippi, back to where we both were originally from. And I just, man, grinded it out, man. I had only 8 amateur fights. I was 7-1, turned pro. Man, it's just been busy. That's it, man. I've been thankful. I got a woman beside me that really meal preps. She does all my laundry. Like, I mean, you know how it is when you start cutting weight, you use 2 or 3 outfits a day. And just, man, got a woman that holds down a fort while I'm out there grinding for hours upon hours, man. So I couldn't do any of this without my wife Megan. But yeah, man, just started 18 years old, and had about a 2 year break in between going from my amateur career to my pro career. But other than that, and even my wife and all my people know, it wasn't a 2 year break. I just wasn't able to fight because I was back in Florida, didn't trust the fight team that was there. Like I told you before, man, I've been with the same fight team since I turned 18, man. We moved from Knockout to now we're a Killer B affiliation under Israel Gomez. But yeah, man, we're definitely one of the best teams in the South, man. The only other team that really mess with us is ATT D'Iberville, and man, we've gotten several wins over them as well. Actually, we ain't lost to them. So man, we've been definitely putting in the work, man. We're evolving as a team. We're a small gym, but man, we study the sport, man. We watch all the greatest, and that's how you learn, is by studying. And man, so we really are a school that have evolved, and I'm proud of it, because like, man, you can see our amateur fighters, which I can't wait for the everybody to get to see whenever y'all come April 25th. We got some amateur fighters that look like they could be pro already, and they're young. We're letting them take the time, get the experience, and I just hope and pray. I got faith Jason's gonna find him an opponent, and that way we can all just light up the city, because I know that we are gonna. It's the energy is gonna be insane.
Mhm. So, like I said, since you said how you came into it and how you stick with the same camp, you have a no nonsense mentality about training, from meal prepping to prepare to be the best you can be. So, I come from old school. I come from, put up or shut up, way before the social media era where, if you talk that nose, we can't even find you. There was no, Facebook or Instagram. We showed up at your gym or at your house or at your school or even the street to let you know you
Yeah.
can't just run your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Now that you going for the BMF belt, what does that mean for how you want fighters in this game to see you?
Honestly, they don't need all that rah stuff. You sign that contract, and we'll see how serious it's about to get down. And man, you just come correct. And man, I like to hold myself like martial artists have always been known to be, which is supposed to be humble and perfecting their craft. And man, I that's what I'm about, man. I like to be humble, and I just continue to evolve. And I like to hold myself like a martial artist, man. Like it don't we don't have to be friends before the fight, but I don't got to do all that talking back and forth. And afterwards, you best believe I'm gonna hug you and I'm gonna pray for you, man. Because after I put the performance down, we're gonna need to lift each other up. Because I know how it is to have setbacks. And I recently gave my life to God, and man, the last 3 or 4 performances, um, just being able to be a good guy that can transform is a real thing for me. And then because we got to be able to turn that switch on. But man, afterwards, man, it's all love. You're going for the same goals I'm going for, and most of these guys I'm fighting got a family, got kids, and I never want to be disrespectful to them because I don't want that same energy back to me. And if you want to do that, that's fine. I will oblige, but I won't. You won't get me out of my character. That's for sure.
Okay, well that brings up a good question. So, this the fight game. We can say, hey, you got gloves. Hey, you got rules. Hey, you got a ref. Hey, you got all that. You got 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever the case may be. We got rounds. We got all that, right? But once you get punched in the face, ain't nobody thinking about that. Everybody's thinking about, okay, you ain't gonna put it in my face again. So how do you keep, like you said, you have a switch? But how do you balance out, being a man of God and wanting to, make sure you do everything with the strength of your heart, but kindness and forgiveness and all that kind of good stuff. How do you prepare, keep that mindset, but prepare to take a mother effer's head off because he's trying to take your head off?
Well, that what you just said. It's either me or you, and I know he's coming for me. So, and more importantly, this is like, and you know this. I'm not telling you nothing you don't know, but like for the fans that want to look at it like it's a barbaric sport, it's like any other sport except for we don't have a team to rely on. Yes, our team gets us ready, but when that cage door shuts, it is solely up to you, and you. We will find out. The crowd will find out if you put in that homework. And so to me, I know my babies are watching me. I hear her voice 9 times out of 10 in the crowd. My little girl, she's just loud, and my wife as well. Like I don't know, it's almost like a switch that I don't even have to try to balance when I get in there. I just know that all right, this cage door is locked, and my family is watching me all these hours put to work. And so you have to calm your heart rate down a little too, because it puts a little pressure on you. You want to do good and show your kids that all these hours that you've been sacrificing aren't for nothing. And that doesn't mean because if you lose it was for nothing, but it's about a performance. It's about going out and performing and doing what you know that you can do, because when those lights hit, it's easy to get shell shocked and get timid. And I thank God that I don't have that in me, and I let it go. And that's part of my nickname, Wide Open. I'm a fast starter, and man, I'm down to be in your face, man. You can bring it to me, but you don't got to bring it to me. I'm always gonna be right there for you. So man, I love the I love that switch that you have to find, but it's not a balance, if that makes sense, because you're in there with a man that's trying to hurt you in front of your family. So, but afterwards, it's easy to switch that off because the pressure's off, and you're like, man, this dude, like I got nothing but respect for this guy. Like we just got ready for each other and we gave each other our best. So yeah, man, I love that part about it. Don't have too much trouble with balancing it because I always got my babies and my wife in my heart. So yeah, man.
Okay, that's what's up. So let's say you've been in the game long enough to see how it's transformed to when you got started to now. Entertainment is a big factor. To me, it's kind of way too big now because people kind of come out of their particular skill set to entertain, and they either get knocked out, choked out, or it's not the fight that the fans are looking to see. So with that being said, how do you keep your mind focused on the job at hand and don't go swinging for the fences to make the fans feel good, even though you hear them calling your name and all that kind of good stuff? How do you stay in the game to make sure at the end of the day you get the win?
Great question, man. Honestly, that is probably like I just said. It was like one of those things where you can let the pressure get to you, and you like just get out of your element and just trying to swing hard because you're nervous, and you wanna make sure the crowd's not booing you or whatever the case may be. But that's when it all relies on your mindset and your heart rate and being able to keep your heart rate down helps your mind to where you can think clearly and remember this is something you've been doing for over a decade. And more importantly, you have strategically gotten ready for this fight. So don't get out of your element to please a fan or because you're nervous. Calm yourself down. And so a heart rate, keeping my heart rate down is a big one for me. Um, Although I fight with a pace that is very hard to do that. Actually, cardio has always been like a little secret weapon of mine. Like I don't know what it is. I just have great cardiovascular, man. I noticed that about my opponent as well. He's a kind of one of them guys who fast starter just like me, and that's why I love this for my fans. I love that for the people. Like this is a very easy fight to get in, like wake up for, you know what I mean? Like wake up that 5 a.m, go get the grind in before my day job. I don't have to, oh, I don't, man, I don't want to do this, or I don't got those days no more. Like I've had a little part of it getting ready for wrestlers, and just doing back-to-back camps, although this one was a back-to-back camp. But man, I have never felt so good, so healthy. Came out of a fight unscathed. We performed great in the last one, and so just wanted to keep the momentum going for this new year. So yeah, man, just loving the journey, man.
Okay. Speaking of your opponent, what do you know about your opponent? What do you know about your opponent that's going to make this fight the kind of fight you want to get into?
Um, Actually, I don't know a whole lot about him except for he's fought on basically the same promotion since his professional debut. Um, which tells me two things. It's either he has gotten comfortable with the setting of that promotion, or he knows the matchmaker and they cherry pick his fights with his coaches. And it doesn't look like he's faced a lot of tough competition. His last fight was probably his toughest one, which we don't know if it was like mine, short notice contender series. But what I do know is the guy's dead game. He brings the fight to you, and he looks like he likes to strike. I mean, even when the guy to me on contender series was a better striker. He was faster, he was more accurate, and he was rocking him. He dropped him, and then Tommy got up and gave a little smile, but wasn't a fake smile. It was one of those like, all right, let's go. Like this is I'm in the spot where I've been thinking I was gonna be my whole life. Like I'm gonna give a smile because I love the chaos, and that's the kind of fighter that I want. I've never personally got a real knockout, and I haven't ever fought a guy that could be a great dance partner. It's always a guy who wants to close the distance and hug me, or they're honestly one of the time I have had a good dance partner, I wasn't near about as comfortable on the feet in my mid-range boxing. And man, I'm just excited for the fans. He likes to start fast. My name's Wide Open Weems because I start off fast, I end fast, and I just think that we're going to meet each other in the middle and really give our each other the best fight of our careers. Um, and just one of those guys where it's easy. I'm motivated to get ready for this 100%. I know that he can definitely um, he can catch me clean, and I know that it's my job to play chess better than him. And that's the one thing about me. I got, I'm a smart fighter, but sometimes I rely on my checkers too much. I'll dog out when I don't have to. I use that dog card for the end, like my coach tells me. If you ain't, you're clipped and you're out of there, yeah, hey, that's when we bite down on the mouthpiece and get some respect, But I think that he's going to need a little more chess playing with me if he's going to take this a full fight. But again, I got a lot of respect for Tommy. I don't really know where his camp is. I know he's from North Carolina, but he's just again one of those guys where it's easy motivation to get up and get ready for him. So I'm excited.
Okay, that's what's up. So let's say I ain't keep you too much longer, but let me ask you this question. Okay, what would you tell the next generation of athletes now that you've been through the game, the ups and downs, the wins, the losses, having the right camp, having a supportive family. You know how it goes. There's so many things that can get in your way. There's so many obstacles that can derail you. You could be at the top of your game, and then you got a baby on the way, could derail. You can be top of your game, or your coach ends up, quitting the sport or pass away. There's so many things that can derail you. What do you tell the next generation of athletes that want to come up behind you to really embrace this fight game and really, rise to their biggest potential? What would you say?
Um, Really just keeping your head down and training hard, studying the sport. Like, no matter what, always be studying. You study the style that you might want to be, but also study the greatest. And just because like me, I'm a natural, say 35, I'm going up to 145, but um I can still watch an Adesanya, even though he's bigger than me, and I can learn a lot of great things that he does with switching stances and all these different things. So studying the sport, marrying the boring things. I'm sorry. Sometimes that fighters want to just come in and just spar. It makes them feel good. Like, dude, it's so much more important to get thousands of reps and drilling time and your timing down before you just. Now, I'm not saying don't spar, but when you can not be bored with going and doing 100 left hooks on this bag with keeping your right tight and rotating your hip in very good, or maybe it's even a little more, it's a left hook to right kick, whatever the case may be. You're, I mean, blocking punches, being able to slip and move, all these different things where it's like nobody really explained that to me young. Like, I didn't, we were kind of knuckleheads when we started. We were like, man, we spar hard, we train hard on the bags, but we weren't doing drills and doing all these different things that help your IQ and your timing and just building a good muscle memory. So even though things may be boring to the young fighters coming up, um, they're very important. So study and definitely drill the marry, is like I tell my son, marry the boring parts of basketball. He loves to shoot and loves all these things, but your handling skills, your different footwork, all these things are gonna, you have to do it even though it's more boring. Same thing for the fighters. You have to be able to do the footwork drills. You got to be able to do the head movement. Hours of blocking punches. No, you're not allowed to throw back, young buck. You have to literally just defend. And those are the things that I started to do later in my professional career that I would have liked to. And man, it's great because I can see a big difference. I don't get hit as much. And it's just basically that, man. Don't get out of character. Definitely promote yourself big time. Get on social media, promote yourself. Not in a crap talking way. Just let them know who you are. Put some pad work up there. I'm guilty of that. I don't get on social media enough. Um, my kids will be old enough here soon to where they can kind of run daddy's social media for them, and I might can blow up a little better. But I just suck with the social media game, so fall in love with that part too. But yeah, just mainly take your tough fights as an amateur. Don't overdo it. You need in your amateur career, you should have tough fights, but you should also have some lower level fights to where you get comfortable inside that cage, because when you turn pro, it ain't no turning back, and you need to be able to find some kind of comfortability inside the cage while another man's trying to hurt you. So the more we can stay calm goes back to our other thing with our heart rate staying down to now we can think clear and we stay to our game plan instead of jumping out of our game plan to please the fans, or oh, I got stuck one good time and everybody, oh, so now I feel like, oh, I need to go and get him back. No, dude, it's a fight. You're gonna get hit. Calm down, know you've trained for it, keep your hands tight and get back in there. And so yeah, just studying, falling in love with the boring parts of the sport and making sure you got a strong team behind you. That's all.
Yeah. Well, you made some very good points, right? Hype versus fight is what I always say, right? I know too many hype fighters. I don't know enough of real fighters, right? Because hype will get you through the door real fast. If you run your mouth, right? If you go good on social media, right? You say the right thing at the same time, you can get into some good fights, right? But
Yep.
then can you deliver when that fight happens? There's a big difference between somebody out fighting you because he's a better fighter and somebody whooping your ass because you got too many holes in your game that he can exploit because you was too busy being a hype fighter instead of like you said, taking the time to learn defense before you learn offense, turn the time to hit the bag 100 times before you try to spar, right? So you're saying all the right stuff, which I appreciate, which not enough fighters say. They don't say the
Appreciate
fundamentals
it.
would make everything else easier. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down.
Yes,
So I'm
sir.
definitely down with that. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up though. So give a shout out to Any of your friends, family, sponsors, anybody you want to give some love to, go ahead and give it to them.
Man, really, my wife and my kids, they sacrifice their daddy and her me being her husband, all the hours away. I want to give the biggest shout out to God, man. He changed my heart and really uh made me a more intentional fighter, father, husband, and follower of Christ, man. And that's what God called us men to do, is to lead our family to God. And yeah, that without my family and God, I wouldn't be able to find the peace that I have in the sport where I was 2 fights ago, man. I felt like I was at the end of my journey. I was taking fights on short notice for the money, even though I was still training, but I wasn't. It was 2 weeks notice, and they're top level guys, and I'm out here. That's 2 weeks is too short notice for a guy you need 8 weeks to prepare for. And I found myself disrespecting the sport, and it was starting to knock my confidence a little bit. And when I surrendered my life to God, he started to show me that, like, just make your hours that you're in that gym more intentional, and you don't have to train so much in the gym. If you just your hours that you are there, they are focused on you. You're not there for being friends with these guys. You're not there. You're there to help them get ready for their fights, and you to get ready for your fight, to sharpen that axe. And yeah, I mean, I without my family and God, I wouldn't be as motivated as I am right now. The performance I put down in my last one, it really, I mean, my last four, actually. I know they're not on record, but I've done a boxing match. I won a belt. A Muay Thai match. I won a belt. Found my first knockout in Muay Thai. Um, and I had an opponent that would oblige. So that's why, another reason I like Tommy. But yeah, man, God and my family, all the state of Mississippi. I say it all the time. I got Jesus in my heart and the state of Mississippi on my back. That's how I rep myself. Mississippi strong. We don't got a whole lot here, but we got some talented athletes that are super focused. We don't got a whole bunch of stuff in Mississippi to keep us all distracted. We got our family and we got our journey that we're chasing, and mine just happens to be this awesome sport that I love. And I will probably forget a lot of them, but man, a lot of sponsors. I got Total Body Performance. I got Justin Brumfield with Brumfield Chiropractic. I got my awesome church. They don't sponsor me, but I put them on every shorts I got, every walk I get. It's called The Exchange. We get life to give life. It's about killing the old you and giving your life to Christ. And they really changed my family. The God's doing an amazing thing in the church with the leaders there. So my church for sure. Trust Mental Health. Just a couple people that don't even want me to advertise for them, but they make sure I'm taken care of. And I couldn't financially get down with this sport as easy without the financial help. Because I mean, I'm just a painter, man. I don't got no mom and daddy money. My mom and daddy, I love them to death. They still ain't never bought a house. I'm gonna break chains, and I got my credit right, and I'm working hard. My wife, she's doing her own thing with her own business, and we're making it. But those sponsors help the money so much. And I got Shaw's Automotive. Man, I got R Young Renovations and More. I got several different companies that sponsor me through trading and things like that. But all of it's a blessing. Like the chiropractor I mentioned, Justin Brumfield, he keeps me fixed up, hooked up my wife the other day. I got my buddy Derek, who is at Total Body Performance. He works on the body. He keeps me loosened up. So with them two together, I've been really being able to let go of a lot of the injuries that I was just always so tight, and I didn't have nobody to help me, show me mobility stuff and how to stretch, and had an old school mentality. So yeah, all my sponsors, just super grateful for them. I know I'm missing some of them, but those are definitely the ones that come to mind. It's been with me for a hot minute. My gym, Killer Bees Jiu Jitsu and Black Cells MMA out of Clinton, and the one in Flowood. Uh, and he probably won't watch this, but Coach Johnny Little, that man, he's the best man I know. He started us, and man, he literally never asked for a penny, man. He's like 62 years old. Coach, don't get mad at me if you do watch it, but he looks like an action figure. I don't know his exact age, but he's over 60. And that dude, he don't take no steroids, no nothing. He's just clean, and just, man, he's my inspiration, man. As far as how I want to be when I get older. He don't let no excuses define him. And man, he put countless countless hours into me and my team, and never asked for a dime. And just man, I wouldn't be in the sport with where I'm at in this sport without Coach Johnny Little. So yeah, those are the ones I got in mind. I'm super thankful for everybody that's been behind me and supported me. Even the ones that I didn't mention that has sponsored me in the past, like those, like I mentioned a minute ago, the camps are so much easier when I have a little financial help, because I don't come from money. So um, I'm trying to get better at the advertising side. That's for sure. That way it makes more sense to these who are jumping on board with sponsorship. So, but yeah, man, those people right there, just in the state of Mississippi, I'm filled with support.
Okay, that's what's up. And like I said, and I appreciate that. And like I said, you learn a lot by having these conversations. Like I said, as long as I've done it, I've had thousands of interviews, talked to 1,000 people. Like I said, I like what you got to say. You don't shy away from nothing. You say your foundation is that. You make a point to let the world know that hey, you're gonna do what you do. How you gonna do it? Whether you up or you down, you're still gonna be the same guy, which I appreciate. But we are in the fight game, right? This is still the BMF belt on the line, right? So what words do you have for your opponent that you're going to get down with on April 25th in Jackson, Mississippi? What words you got for him?
Come correct. If not, it's gonna be an early night, baby. Cause I'm gonna be Spidey senses is gonna be on point. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready to play chess or checkers. But nobody's gonna get me out of my checkers. If I need to go to checkers, I'll play checkers. But I'm gonna be the smarter fighter. And man, I think experience is gonna really play a factor in this. So I'm looking to take the fight wherever I need to, and let them know this is my state, and he ain't coming to my state and taking me out. That's for sure. Cause it's got to be real motivating to think, oh, I'm from North Carolina. I'm gonna go to Mississippi and come back with the BMF, and then it say MS on the side. Oh no, sir, ain't gonna happen, baby. I think he's gonna get the best Joshua Weems that he can get. And man, I got chills right now. I'm excited. That Jason's gambling and bringing the show to Mississippi, man. Like I got so much support. It's to come in here, and I'm just grateful to be able to fight alongside some of my teammates that I haven't gotten to do in years. It's going to be a phenomenal show. So y'all don't miss it. If you're out of state, make sure you get the pay-per-view link, whatever it needs to be. You need to make sure you watch it, because I promise you, it's going to be fireworks from the amateur show all the way up to the end to my fight. And my fight alone is going to be worth ticket admission for sure.
All right. Yeah, you heard it. That's Josh Weems calling it like it is. He says, look, it don't matter where he's at in life. At the end of the day, when the bell rings, he's here to get down and let the world know that it is going to be what it is. April
Yes, sir.
25th, BMF belt on the line. Your boy Coach D going to be there doing what he does, which is call it like he sees it, talks his share of shit. Until you hear from us again, peace out.